show at SRT. My first one was South Pacific a couple of summers ago, and then I came back to do No Sex Please We're British in September. And I was just here about a month and a half ago doing the Tammy Wynette story. So Big River is by far the biggest one that I've done at SRT. The sensibility of the show itself isn't like the Wonderettes. It's not bright, it's not splashy, it's not it's not set in the 1960s where everything is sort of vibrant. This show is a lot more about earth tones. It's a lot more about neutrals, and again, all the dirt that's going to get smeared all over everything. Fake dirt, obviously, but I do still need to make sure that the things that I put people in, the clothes that I dress them in, look nice on the set. It probably looks pretty much the way you would expect it to look. When you think about anybody who's read the Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn novels and imagine what that world looked like, it probably looks a lot like that. For me, in designing the Nunsuch and a lot of things in the show, I just try to think about who these people are and where they are and what they would do to acquire clothes. We don't necessarily realize how much of a luxury it is that we can go to Target, TJ Maxx, or Nordstrom's, or whatever store you prefer to shop in, and just buy it. I tried to imagine two con men trying to create some makeshift monster spectacle thing, and maybe they've gone and stolen laundry from some woman's clothesline, behind her cabin, or used found objects or used things that maybe were on the raft that they're floating around on. The process always, for me, starts with the script and ends with the script. There's always the need to be very true to the story that you're telling, because ultimately those are the words the audience is going to hear. So I always try to search for the answers in that text. The director's conceptual approach and the kind of logistical restrictions that you have with budget and time and labor. I try to sort of fit the script into the boundaries that we have in those terms. For this particular show, because it's in Sonora, California, and it's going to be running into August, I'm trying to take into consideration the comfort level of the actor. I don't want anybody to overheat. But I'm also trying to stay true to the silhouette of the period, which we're sort of loosely working in the 1850s and 1860s. And also the lifestyle that people lived at that time in and around the Mississippi River area. It's a big juggling act between all of those factors. And hopefully, with a little bit of luck, it will all sort of look like it all belongs together. So I know a fair amount about period costume and period fashion, and when I talk about the silhouette of any given period, I sort of know what that looks like anyway, and then based on what I already know, I go and find specific details about garment construction and the combination of garments that people wore together and what was acceptable, what would have been a taboo thing. For instance, in this period, it was incredibly racy for a woman to show the back of her neck. So I'm considering things like that, and all of those things sort of add up to give a sense of authenticity, I think, to the design. And because this is a musical, I have to consider that they need to be able to breathe so they can sing, and they need to be able to do at least some choreography. So footwear becomes very important. Ultimately, I don't have to go on stage and do that job, the actors do it. So it's not my job to get in their way. It's my job to help them. I'm very, very lucky to be designing here, and I have heard other designers say the same thing. We have a very strong staff of 4 stitchers as well as a really stellar costume shop manager. And so these people are just sort of making magic, and, you know, any tailoring I need done, I've got best tailor in the country over there as far as I'm concerned doing that stuff. Anything that I need draped, I've got a really gifted draper who can do that. There are 2 additional stitchers. One of them is a student of mine from Massachusetts. And the combination of those people makes so much more possible. The best part is to sit in the audience on opening night with people who've never seen it before, who don't know what's coming, and sort of experience it from the blank slate audience member perspective.